where we're going now is looking out ahead to the big fight in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia tomorrow night. Of course, Tyson Fury up against Oleksandr Usyk. Who's going to do what and why? Who'll come out on top as the undisputed? The voice of boxing, Adam Smith, in studio with myself, Simon, and Martin O'Neill. Let's get another take on it now from someone who knows what it's like to take a punch. And he certainly knows what it's like to give a punch. He's been in with the best, and he's amongst the best. The former WBO middleweight and superweight champion, Billy Joe Saunders, joins us live. Bill, good afternoon. How do we find you?
Good afternoon, lads. How's things?
All very good, thank you. Adam's alongside Simon, myself, and Martin O'Neill. So where are you as the countdown goes on, Billy? What do you think? Have you changed your view in any way, or have you stuck to your original view of this, and what is it?
I think obviously there's a lot of factors to look at in the fight. I.e. Tyson's weight coming in, he looks in incredible shape, best shape I've seen him in. We're yet to see what he's going to weigh in on the scales. So obviously, clearly to me, that looks like he's trained to go on the back foot and to go the distance in a way. Usyk looks bulkier. Again, you don't get Olympic gold medalists for nothing. Them medals just don't get given out as, presents. He's a super boxer. We have boxer v boxer. And my honest opinion in this fight is after 6 rounds, we will see who needs to apply pressure. And then that's where it could come in tricky for either fighter. But if you're going to go on pure boxing ability, you have to go with the natural bigger man, Tyson. He can orthodox, southpaw. He can box on the back foot when he wants to, and so can Usyk. But if Usyk has to be made to chase him and hunt him down, it could be a little bit difficult night for Usyk.
Billy, hi, Adam here. So many questions, such a brilliant matchup, one we've all been waiting for so long. And as you said, that it can go in so many different directions. Tyson looks in fantastic shape. Best, I agree, that I've seen him in a long time. Is he a little bit light? What if Usyk gets in a rhythm early? And can Usyk possibly hurt Fury, because he hurt AJ at the end of their first fight? It's one that's just unexpected, unpredictable, and until those first couple of rounds, we don't really know.
Well, this is the reason why millions of people will be watching it around the world, because is Tyson going to carry the same power at the weight he's weighing in and the shape he is? Because look, we know Tyson can fight in fat condition, medium condition, super condition. We've seen him box in these conditions, and we've seen him have good performances, bad performances. But I don't think there's an error for any fighter here tomorrow night. I just don't think there's an error here for anybody tomorrow night. And again, because if Usyk comes out and gets a great lead up on Tyson, then we have to see Tyson, okay, the boxing side of the game plan has to go out the window. So coming in light doesn't really matter anything. You'll have to chase this Olympic gold medaler down and try to beat him up. We've seen Tyson do that. So, we know he can do that. With Usyk again, we've seen him with AJ. We see the fast hands. The feet work for him is second to none. If we're going to go on pure footwork and skill, you have to say, right, Usyk for his feet work, he's got the better feet work, in my opinion. With Tyson, awkwardness and size, obviously Tyson's got. Boxing ability. Now, it's you can't pick them for boxing ability, because you can't say, oh, well, Tyson's a better boxer than Usyk. Definitely not. They're on par, and it's a real tough fight to split. And for the bookies, I could imagine it's going to be tough. But I can't see anybody getting past that. So, my honest opinion, you're going to see Tyson come out southpaw, and you're going to see him do a lot of boxing southpaw.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Because he did that a bit against Dillian White. He can box both styles. Usyk, obviously the natural southpaw, the footwork, I think the distance, the judging of that, the timing, that's all going to be absolutely critical. There's a little bit of me, I don't know if you agree, Billy, that thinks that Tyson pulls it out for the big occasion. That against Ngannou, he obviously didn't train hard enough, thought he'd just sort of waltz through him. But when it's a tough one, when it's a hard one, he knew that way back against John McDermott when many people thought he lost that fight. When it comes to it, he performs and he knows he can. And I think this one, he can't mess this up. So everything that Sugar Hill and him had done in training would have been, he's an encyclopedic mind of boxing, Tyson Fury. He's got all the tools to do this job and the size. I think he's up for the big thing, isn't he? And if he's as good as he's ever been, which is the question, he wins the fight.
Yeah, look, I'm backing Tyson, and I'm backing him on points, but it's not a fight where you can go, well, I'm so confident, because Usyk also brings a lot to this fight. He brings, look, he's beat AJ. He's been in there with some top heavyweights. I mean, the first heavyweight fight he had with Derek Chisora, I believe, he was just settling into the weight. He couldn't really handle the heavyweight. He couldn't really find the strength to hold him off. But it seems to me he's grown into the weight very, very good, which is obviously a concern for the Fury camp as well, because you don't know. Because every time I've seen Usyk, he just got that little bit better and better and better and better. And you look at his age and you think, well, and he has. He just got that little bit better. He's brung 5% of every fight. He's improved.
Yeah.
So this fight, he's also going to be up for the occasion. But what comes down to this fight, I believe, is who's going to be in front on the scorecards. If Tyson comes out and he's got a handy lead of, 6 rounds in the bag, then I believe he'll stop Usyk, because he'll just think, right, well, I'll take the chance and I'll walk him down. But if you come out and it's 3-3 and it's still, you can't split them, it's going to be who can handle the pressure the most. And Tyson, he can handle pressure. And I saw some video footage of Tyson shadowboxing, and he was non-stop moving, pivoting, moving off to the angles, taking a step back. And I could look at Tyson and he's shadowboxing and tell if he's switched on or not. And he looks very, very switched on to me.
Bill, after he had that controversial win over Ngannou, Fury, you were on Instagram suggesting that Tyson has, quotes, too many yes men around him. Do you think that's still the case?
His father, John Fury, would have put a stop to that. I think that's the way to call the crack of the battle. I don't blame the Fury camp.
Go on, Bill.
I mean, look, that fight there, if he comes in how he boxed Ngannou, it's good night, night nurse. Forget about it. And that's being honest. He cannot afford to come in and any shape or form like that performance. But you can just look at, his shape, the form he's in, the spirit. I looked at a picture of him and some video footage of the build-up. He looks fresh he looks up for this. He looks very, very much up for this.
Bill, can't have you on and not ask you about yourself, and we're going to see you again in the ring.
We're talking about Tyson Fury this week, Jim, and I'm cheering my man on. Get back after. It's his week, and let's see what he does. And I can only say a Tyson Fury points win.
A Tyson Fury points win. Bill, as always, thank you for that. We'll speak post-fight, shall we? And we'll do it again. Billy Joe Saunders with us live this lunchtime. Do you dovetail with a lot of what Billy was saying there, Adam?
He knows his boxing. Brilliant fighter and brilliant mind as well, Billy Joe. When it comes to boxing, they're people that really know their stuff, and fighters like him. I mean, he's bang on, right? Tyson Fury has got the tools, the skills, the ability, the size to win this fight. But Oleksandr Usyk, wonderful. They don't give away world gold medals, Olympic gold medals.
To suggest that he's coming in light to be on the back foot. When
Not necessarily,
most
Simon,
people would say that a good big un beats a good small un.
Yeah.
So if you're going to fight on the back foot, are you going to use the attributes that you've got?
You can use it both ways, can't you? I think Tyson can fight in many different ways. If he comes in very light, then will he be?
He can move.
Yeah, he can move, and I think
that's the polar opposite of laying all over him, leading him, using his weight, using his size.
But he can do both, right? And I think that Tyson's going to box cleverly as well in this fight, and I think he might switch between orthodox and southpaw. I think if he's got to stop Usyk getting into a rhythm. We saw in that first AJ fight, when AJ came to the centre ring, Usyk met him and he hit him with the jab early on. And he thought, hang on a minute. And he started to move AJ around the ring, control the fight. And if he does that against Tyson, if you can get inside him, and Tyson's backed up a lot, he didn't look comfortable against Ngannou, but he wasn't light and quick enough. I think he does need to be quick and light. The problem is if he's taken too much off, which will maybe negate that power that he does have. Because remember, the body of Usyk is a question mark in the amateurs and again with the Daniel Dubois situation. So is he going to attack that? My feeling is that he won't let or try not to let Usyk get into a rhythm early, be nicking some of those early rounds. And Billy's right, by the halfway point, fascinating. If Usyk's got into that handy lead, then I think he's in for a tough night, Tyson. But if Tyson has got 2 or 3 or 4 of those early rounds, I think you've got to favour him with that size down the stretch, and then he can come in and start leaning all over.
I think Adam Smith's got a fan in Martin O'Neill here, haven't you?
You've
been tuned in as soon as he opened his mouth.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I've been silent now for the last half hour, which is no problem at all. It's actually good news in my household. And but it's voice is terrific, absolutely terrific, Adam. Seriously, and this sounds really sycophantic, but. And face is fine as well too, considering if you said that you were at that boxing match way back in 1999, was it 1999?
Yeah.
God, you must have been 12 at the time, you know. So anyway, but it's nice to listen to you, all you experts, and Simon as well.
Of course.
So brilliant. Really
Mark, we're
good.
going to talk about football the other side of the 12:30 bulletin. But, Mr. Smith, if you fancy staying with us till 1, you're more than welcome, because we shall return to.
You know I love football, but my team Liverpool are nowhere near tomorrow.
Exactly. And Jurgen's on the way out.